Hey guys, this is the Mark Garden. I'm over here in Corvallis, Oregon, and I am exercising my right to the ground with the AR-15. My pistol, of course. I'm going to go out for a simple walk down the street and see if any Corvallis police officers come by, say hello, or maybe not. You never know. Alright, let's go out for a walk. That's from them. Brr. You can see he's right there. He's relaxing. You pull over here. Let you know I'm audio recording.
Can't hear you.
Oh, I said I'm audio recording. I have to inform by law.
I am too.
Yeah.
So I figured you're anticipating this. Can I talk with you for a little bit?
Sure.
You're not violating any law, but just contacting you.
Mm-hmm.
Just curious. I take it you're making a statement or something?
Exactly.
Second Amendment, probably?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't have any problem with that. You realize we police are very much supporters of the Second Amendment,
And
right?
I really appreciate that.
So, do you realize though, and man, we're both off-duty and on-duty supporters of the Second Amendment and everything like that, the right to carry and everything. So what exactly is the
purpose of this?
Purpose, yeah.
Okay, you know how a lot of people always demonize, these rifles, and they're just rifles, and not really assault rifle, and everyone considers them an assault rifle. They believe that everyone that carries a rifle like this is out there to cause trouble, harm people, and something like that. And I want to actually undemonize that, because the news keeps saying these weapons are not meant for the hands of us. They already took our full autos. Now they're left with semis, and now they're going after semis. So I'm trying to make sure that people realize there are good people out here that are exercising their rights in a peaceful manner, and I'm trying to do that in my own personal manner. And I believe that exercising my right with a rifle every day, like I do in Medford all the time, which I finally made a good political statement. Everyone knows me and knows what I do, and I appreciate that.
Where'd you say? From?
Medford.
Oh, you're from Medford?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I always walk around in Medford area generally, and a lot of people, oh, let you know I'm audio recording. I have to inform.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm trying to do, is actually normalize it and see more good law-abiding citizens carrying firearms in a good, respectful, and peaceful manner. That's what I'm trying to do. And also I'm recording the conversation with police officers like you, so that they know that you guys are good guys. You're not out there, because a lot of them seem to think that old officers are going to jump on you. Oh, let me get out of this way.
Right.
Jump on you and start shooting at you. And I'm trying to show, look, in Oregon, officers are not like that. I know some in Ohio are. And they're kind of like, they brought an AR-15 and they point at someone's head when he's carrying his AR-15 behind his back. I was like, woo. But you guys from Oregon, like I said, I live in Medford. I did almost every officer around town, and a lot of them are pretty good. I even had some nice conversation with them. They respect my opinions, and there's some really good ones there.
So, and like I say, I'm Officer McCauley. This is Officer Dunn, Corvallis Police Department. And nice to meet you. What's your name?
My name's Warren.
Warren? Okay, what's your last name? May I ask?
I prefer to keep that
Okay,
personal.
that's okay.
Everyone pretty much knows it, but yeah, I'm Drew. But still.
What brings you down here to Corvallis? Do you come all this way just to make a statement?
Actually, no. You know about Salem?
Yeah.
I was there, and it was really good. And I decided, I want to go to around the cities and see how the officers react and see if they are professional, constitutional, and respectful.
So you're not down here for any other reason other than just you drive from Medford to Salem to here and to various cities to do this, to just see
if you guys how you react. So a lot of people fear you guys, and they're scared of you. There's some of them that that believe in open carry, but they won't do it because they think that you might jump on them and start hitting them. And that's what I'm trying to show, is that you guys are not doing that kind of stuff.
Well, and I would agree, but do you think there might be a better way of making the point and educating people? Because when people are driving by on the street with their kids and everything, especially in light of I think you'd agree, the nuts that are taken and shooting up schools and things like that, which aren't the decent law-abiding citizens like you and me and Officer Dunn, etc.
Yes.
They see someone carrying something like this, especially walking around in like a camo hood and everything.
It's cold. I'm sorry.
I agree with you. I agree. And I'm cold too.
Yeah.
But you see the impression they take. They take that as, whoa, what's this guy doing? I better call in on this. And your kids are getting upset and everything else. Do you have a right to do it? Absolutely. But sometimes, necessarily because we have a right to do something doesn't mean that the way we express it is the best way. And especially with that, if people react that way. you could educate people in a lot of different ways with that.
Everyone has their own different method of doing things. I believe that I like doing this, and I appreciate my rights, and I don't want to be ashamed about someone getting scared about me, and I have to stop what I'm doing, what I believe in, and it's an individual right, like you said. And I know you're not telling me not to do it. You're just giving me your opinion on it, and I appreciate that. I want to do this, so I want to actually encourage the law-abiding citizens to start standing up for their rights in a peaceful manner and give a better statement.
Morgan, what I want to get you to do is just think about what you're doing, and really, if your goal is to educate people and not to like entrap police officers into some sort of illegal confrontation so you can sue the department or city, because there are people out there that do that, which is really kind of nutty and nonsense. You don't strike me as the type that would do that. But if you're truly intent on educating people, there's better ways to do it than probably this without throwing people into a panic. As a matter of fact, you may be creating more of a reaction the other way, contrary to what the goal that you're trying to get across. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, but there's always those, there's going to be anti-gunners, and there's going to be pro-gunners, and there'll be the middle people, and I know about the middle people. And the anti-gun people will always hate guns no matter what you do. You can never change their minds. I tried doing that. They're very vicious and aggressive, and you already know how they are like in a way.
So the people that are in this middle ground area that you want to educate, when they drive down the street here and they see you walking around with a gun like this, are they going to react emotionally or rationally at first?
They're going to, it's different for everyone though.
Most people are going to react emotionally to it, which isn't swaying people over to your side, or our side, which is the Second Amendment right to carry, for Second Amendment right to carry firearms, possess, everything else. I just think about that as to if you're truly intent on educating people, I think there might be a better way to do it than that. And really, I'm sorry, we got other things to do than we could be out investigating burglaries and things like that, but unfortunately when we got a guy walking around, even though you have a right to do so, with a, what is it, AR or what is it?
AR-15, AR-15.
Okay, is that fully auto or semi?
It would be semi-auto because I can't really pay 15 grand for a full auto and get an NFL.
Okay, so anyway, just think about that. I think there's better ways to do that, and without tying up, if you're truly pro-law enforcement and on our side with us in this, do you really want to see police resources tied up in just watching a person walking around?
Well, no, I'm not.
Because we're getting like a lot of calls of everyone that goes by that sees you is tying up 911 lines, calling in. There's a guy with a gun walking around, and it's not like having a gun here on your side. Having a rifle over your shoulder, walking around, and I knew what you were doing because I saw you intentionally. As soon as you saw me, you made the beeline and came back.
Oh, I'd go in
that direction and everything.
Yeah.
So I think there's a better way to make your point, perhaps.
But like I said, I know what you're trying to say, but I'm not really intentionally, using your resources. People using your resources, and you already know that I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm just walking down there and making a political statement, and you don't really have to.
I hope that's the case. I don't know that, but I trust that that's the case, and I hope that's the case. And that's the problem with these people; don't know that either.
Well, yeah. And what I'm trying to say is, it's a legal right. I mean, people are actually breaking the law all the time. I see people riding bicycles over the sidewalk, but everyone wants to demonize this. Everyone wants to say this is ridiculous. I want to use my emotions, like I said. I want to use you guys to be around me, even though I'm not doing anything illegal and unlawfully, and I've been walking in a complete circle for like 40 minutes now, and if I wanted to harm people, I would have actually already done it already if I wanted to. And technically it's not that hard. I mean, you can get a car and start killing people with it right now.
I agree with you. Yeah. I'm just saying I think there's a better way to do it without tying up police and emergency resources, and also without creating the emotional reaction that you have by doing it with people. You could do it in a more logical, calmer manner and persuade people over to your side, which is more longer lasting anyway with that. So let's not debate that any further. Okay. I got my point across, you got yours. Yeah. Food for thought to think about. How much longer do you plan to be out here? Because we actually have other things to be doing, but as long as you're out here, like I say, we really can't leave.
Well, why can't you leave?
Well, because we're going to keep getting calls from people, it's because it's out of the ordinary, kind of to the extreme. It's legal, but that's the case.
Well, like I said, I've been doing it for
so my question is, how much longer?
Well, I'm going to probably be here 10 or 15 more minutes.
Okay.
But like I said, I've been doing this in Medford for like so long that the officers already know how to deal with the calls. They just say, yeah, it's legal, it's Warren, he's just walking, exercising his right to keep bear arms. And actually, people stop calling the cops so much lately now. And it's become so normalized because I live in the town all the time.
Medford PD knows you?
Pretty much.
Okay, I'm down there quite often and everything like that. If I were to say, hey, we got this guy down here, he says he knows you guys and you're familiar with him, Warren Can I give him a last name?
Druin, yeah, Druin. You can just say Warren. They'll say Warren Druin. Yeah, I know him.
Druin?
Yeah.
D-R-U-I-N?
D-R-O-U-I-N, yeah.
Say D-R what?
Druin.
D-R-O-U-N.
O-U-N. Yeah, I mean,
I've never heard that last name before.
I know it's not, it's U-I-N, but it's from Luxembourg.
Okay.
Our family kind of originate from past in Luxembourg a long time ago.
Well, our concern is just make sure someone isn't planning to do something, a robbery or whatever. You got the camera.
I wouldn't think no one would do a robbery.
You got the gun on the side. Yeah. You got the gun on the back there and everything. So as long as that's all you're doing, you're within your rights to do it. But again,
I know you got a different opinion, but as I have a different opinion.
I'm sure Medford and the other agencies have had this same talk with you.
They don't like me. All the other officers like me, but not them. Okay. Like I said, I talked to Ashlands, like real cool people. They come by, they saw me, all right, have fun. And they come in, and like sometimes they relax, and I go up to them and say, hey, want to talk? Sure. And he brings out the Zorro costume, and he was wearing his Zorro costume Halloween on duty, and he was, he saw a crowd of 150 people, so I'm just telling the story. And he goes in the 150 people, a crowd, and he's trying to get through what's going on, and he stopped punching and beating, he's like, oh crap! And he tried to look for his badge, and he goes like, police officer! And everyone just kind of stopped and looked at him, and he's like, I'm gonna kick your ass. Everyone was like, oh shit. Yeah. He called for backup. But
we aren't that type, and we aren't going to do that because we back Second Amendment. Like I say, we maintain there's good ways to make the point to people, and there's less good ways to do it. I think the way you're doing it is here maybe a less good way that there's better. But our concern, if it's only going to be 10 more minutes out here or something like that, we'll stand by for 10 minutes, make your point, etc. I guess. But are you going to be heading back to Medford, or where are you going to go after this? Are you going to try another city?
Maybe.
Okay.
Well, like I said, I want to get every officer's, I want to see how the officers react, how they do. I also want to see how if people come up to me and ask questions, like Medford, people come up to me and ask questions, and I answer the best I can, like all the legal references and laws about our right to keep and bear arms and everything, and how to defend it. And like I said, maybe you think that I am maybe getting a negative feature with people, but like I said, I've been doing it in Medford, and there was people that are neutral. They came up to me and talked to me and said, I agree with you and everything, and they listened to the notes I gave them from my founding fathers, what the purpose, what the Second Amendment was, and they totally respect that. And there's going to be, like I said, there's always going to be that middle ground where it's going to switch that way or that way. And a lot of trying to explain that your emotion doesn't, I'm sorry to waste your time, but your emotion does not triumphs over individual liberties.
Yes.
We are a constitutional republic. We're not a democracy. And we're, officers have sworn to also protect the Constitution, and that Constitution is our individual rights. And like, as I said, they're protecting your freedom of speech, your freedom of expression, your peaceful assemblage, as they should be protecting our right to keep and bear arms, even though it's been partly damaged in a way.
Warren, I'm impressed. You know the law, you know your rights, you know the Constitution, you know what type of a country this is. It's a constitutional republic, which most people don't know either, too. I assume you're an educated person in school and everything.
Homeschooled.
How old are you?
I'm 22 right now.
22? You look older than that, actually. So I was just curious on that. Okay. So as long as that's all you're doing, we don't have a problem. I ask, please, if it's maybe no longer, if you'd make your last round and then head up, that would be great. Simply because we aren't going to force you out. We aren't going to run you out of town. But like I say, out of respect for us, we do have other things to do too and everything. Your rifle is not a fully auto.
Well, of course not. If it was full auto, I have to, have the paperwork with me and thus.
Well, and that's, we have a right to ask that. And
well, yeah, if it's a lawful detainment under Ontario versus Ohio, where suspicion must be based on.
Hold on.
Sorry.
That's my point to ask. So, can you just turn around and take a look at it? Would you mind?
It's no big deal.
Put your hands away from your gun there, if you will, please. This is pretty much what we carry as well.
Well, yeah. Well, you guys got the full auto though. You have the shorter barrel, and you got the option of 3-round burst and full auto.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that would say on there whether that's the case and it's not.
It would say 3-round burst. Like I said, how would I buy something like that's $15,000 and I have to get an NFL to buy it after 1986 firearm to get full auto pretty much.
Walter Druin.
Warren Druin.
What?
Warren.
Warren Druin. I'm sorry. I'm not going to take up any more of your time because the longer you're here, the more time we're out here and everything. But I appreciate you being cool with us. I hope you think that we've been the same way with you too and everything. Appreciate you being law-abiding and everything. But like I say, think about what you're doing and maybe make your point in a little different way and everything.
Well, I've been doing it for 3 years, so I kind of.
Are you fairly pleased? We treated you okay in your opinion?
Yeah. I got a question for you. What happens if another law-abiding citizen decides, he believes what I believe in my opinion, and starts exercising his right in a peaceful manner? Would you be pretty much do the same thing, right? Like just come up, just talk to them. I know you're gonna.
If a person is doing the same thing, I do the exact same thing as you do. Here's something else to think about too. There's my business card in case you any further questions or who you contacted. Here's another thing to think about too.
Okay.
What if you're walking around like this and all of a sudden someone with a gun themselves or some wacko, oh my God, here's a shooter or something that jumps out and takes you on.
A lot of people say the same thing over and over, but like I said, I've been doing it for many years, and including other people too that carry handguns, carry rifles in different areas.
Yeah.
And every concealed handgun license owner generally know that if you got slung behind your back, and
as well as I do, there are some wackos out there, or are some people carrying that don't know the laws, don't know how to react. So what I'm saying is you could also create a situation that might not be good.
I wouldn't be causing it because the person would be doing it will be violating the law.
They would be violating the law, but you might be dead and you might have the rights to do what you're doing, but because of their misunderstanding and everything, that's what could result as a result of that.
But like I put my life in this situation because I already kind of like I accept death in a way.
Okay.
So I pretty much
To me, the way I look at it, our rights are important and essential, and there are some rights I would die for and everything, but there are ways in expressing them that could create more problem, and it's not worth your life for that, just to make that point. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I know some people don't feel that way, but I feel that way, and I strongly believe in that. I'm not trying to disrespect you or anything, but I strongly believe in this right, and I want to enjoy it and exercise as long as I live.
We're on the same page on that.
Yes.
It's just the way in which you choose to test it is what we have issue with and disagreement. So I ask you to think about that. I'll let you continue on. Mm-hmm. I'd ask you, please, if you can expedite so that we aren't out here, because personally I'm freezing to death out here.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, any questions of me before you go?
No, if I have any questions, I can just call you guys, right?
You bet.
Okay, that sounds good. Now I'll post it on.
Or email me on the card there.
Oh yeah, and you can take a look on YouTube. There'll probably be some comments and then you can. I'll just send your name on there. Is that fine? I'll post your name and the phone number to the police department if people have questions if they want to legally do it.
If your point is actually a part of your point is trying to get in a confrontation with the police and everything like that, that's not what we or any other police are here. We're here to protect your constitutional rights because our constitutional rights are the same and they're at stake, okay?
Yes, that's true.
That's our goal. So if you're trying to create controversy, you're addressing it with the wrong people, because we're the ones that are going to be backing up your rights and protecting you and keeping people from taking away your guns. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I'm finished.
I know.
You're free to go.
Okay, thanks you.
Thank you, sir.